What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? Wrath2501 here. Alright, time for the other half of Double Feature Friday, Warhammer stuff. Alright, this is something that seemed interesting. This is by Major Kill, and this is Harlequins Explained. And, you know, I realized that I rewatched Text-to-Speech, and I remember that they're dealing with these guys at the end of Text-to-Speech, so before that story gets any further, though it's been many, many months since he's done an episode of Text-to-Speech, you know, it might be a good idea to check out and find out who the or what the hell these guys are. Alright, and of course, this is by Major Kill. So let's get this party started and go.
G'day, guys and gal. After spending the last week busting my balls and getting the Custodes cosplay video done, it's time to go back to our roots and talk about Warhammer lore in a fun and potentially annoying cringy way. Other than the orcs, not many people are having fun in Warhammer 40k. The majority of characters are fighting for their lives and are incredibly depressed. The Harlequins, however, are a different story. With a jolly step and good grace, these memesters tear across the galaxy, sodomizing chaos and showing that not all Elder are pointy-eared pansies. I mean, it would be pretty impossible not to have fun when your god is literally a clown. Before we get started, in Warhammer, bigger is always better, but that's not always the case for real life.
Okay, he's doing an advertisement right now, so let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of it. Okay, here we go.
Ridge for sponsoring this video. Today I'll be going over the lore and story of the Harlequins, how they came to be, who their god is, and each of the different Harlequin types, including the Solitaires, who are so badass that they can kill space marines like I kill my liver every Saturday. Let's get into it. Harlequins are a relatively new faction of Eldar. They weren't around during the height of the Eldar Empire, or even during the fall of the Eldar. This is due to the fact that becoming a Harlequin means sacrificing everything to become a tool for the Laughing God to use. As things were going quite well before the fall of the Eldar didn't want to give up their squishy lives to join the circus. It took quite a while after the Slaanesh sodomized the Eldar before the Harlequins were formed, but as the Laughing God would say, all according to plan. Now, you should probably know what the fall of the Eldar was. If not, I have a couple of videos that cover it. But basically, the Eldar Empire becomes so powerful and efficient that the Eldar became incredibly bored, hence started having blood orgies to keep themselves entertained. Fair enough. This would have been relatively harmless if it wasn't for the fact that the intense emotional turmoil that comes from billions of psychic space elves slamming the incisions they just made on their family members caused the new Chaos God to be born, Slaanesh. The birth of Slaanesh killed 95% of the Eldar and made life way shittier for the remaining 5%. When Slaanesh was born, she also devoured the majority of the Eldar gods, other than Cain, who was shattered by Khorne, Isha, who was taken by Nurgle to be his waifu, and the laughing god Seer, who was the only god with enough common sense to get the hell out of there. A funny note here, as the Eldar were beginning to fall, the Elder gods all had their own way of dealing with it. Cain got angry, Isha cried, Vol turned his back on them, and even Asuryan felt pretty hopeless. Seer, however, found it all quite funny. Because it was pretty funny that the most advanced, powerful, and wise race in the galaxy would be brought low due to BDSM, and B, because it would make Seer, the physically weakest Eldar god, the most powerful due to being the only one still kicking. I don't know what it is, but Seer is made differently. All the other gods in Warhammer are so predictable and they just follow a pattern. They're like fucking cosmic math equations, but not Seo. This dude has time and time again done shit so against the godlike grain that he's genuinely one of the biggest players in 40k. It was he who told Cain how to shatter the Nightbringer. It was Seer who tricked the Catan into destroying each other. It was Seer who escaped Slaanesh and founded the Harlequins, who have saved the Eldar time and time again. It seems as if it will be Seo who eventually outplays Slaanesh and saves the Eldar. More on that later. Sometime after the fall, all of the followers of the Laughing God across each craftworld and Commorragh felt a calling, an extreme urge to enter the webway, so they did, and even left their spirit stones behind, which is generally considered a really bad idea. The lore hasn't covered exactly what kind of metamorphosis these wannabe Harlequins go through, but when they emerge to do Seer's bidding, they are faster, stronger, and significantly deadlier than normal Eldar. Like, Harlequin's pretty much the only Eldar faction who consistently win pretty much every battle they engage in. This power comes at the cost of their previous lives, family, and even identity. Their personalities are still very much intact, you know, a bit changed, I mean, you can't dress up as a murder clown and simultaneously dance while skull-fucking demons to death and not have a personality. The first sighting of the Harlequins is when the armies of Ulthwé were under attack by a bunch of rapists. What?
Wait, what?
Slaaneshi demons are definitely rapists.
Oh, okay,
After a short battle, the demons felt a taste of their own medicine and were cast back into the warp. Now, I've mentioned the Solitaires a few times now. They are god-tier warriors who are able to kill greater demons in duels and can make a space marine look like Ricky. It took the Harlequins over 1,500 years to produce their first Solitaire, which is testament to how rare these monsters are. The first one to be seen was during a performance the Harlequins put on for some of their Eldar cousins. See, the Harlequins aren't just colourful killers, they are the keepers of the Eldar's lore and history, and they're the bridge between different Eldar factions. As such, when they are giving Chaos a huge headache, they travel between Craft Worlds, Exodite Worlds, and Comora to give extremely intricate and often horrifying performances in order to remind the Eldar of who they are and how they fell. The first Solitaire was unveiled at one of these events, as she took upon the role of Slaanesh as her troupe, which is what a group of Harlequins is called, performed a reenactment of the fall. Obviously the audience was like, bruh, what the fuck? As any other Eldar other than a Solitaire who attempts to play the role of Slaanesh goes insane. To make Solitaires even more badass, when a Harlequin dies, his or her soul is saved from Slaanesh's spiky pussy by Seer Gorach, who claims their souls instead. However, due to a Solitaire basically mocking Slaanesh by playing as her, Slaanesh gets an extreme hard-on for their souls, and works extra hard to claim them upon death. Despite this, Seer being Seer will always try to save the Solitaire's soul, and often is successful in doing so, adding to the mockery and embarrassing Slaanesh further. Time and time again, the Harlequins have saved the Eldar's ass, driving the Emperor's children out of the craft world of Luganeth, helping Vect descend to the leader of the Dark Eldar, stomping out Orc Wars before they can ruin people's shit, saving maiden worlds from Nurgle's AIDS juice, saving humans from themselves by killing them when they try to mess with shit they don't understand. They've even made the Necrons and Tau their bitch on occasion. Some Harlequins are more subtle, but still incredibly effective, teaming up with human Inquisitors to win key victories against Chaos, and helping key characters to achieve their destiny, such as convincing Prince Uriel to pick up the Spear of Twilight, and helping the shit out of the Inari. The Harlequins are definitely not benevolent or nice, however. They have been known to kidnap humans and space marines and give them to the Dark Eldar to torture, and they have slaughtered innocents for no apparent reason. The Harlequins' extreme diversity in regards to their actions can be explained by each troop having one of three themes. Some troops embody the light, and will fight like brave heroes, saving people in apparent acts of selflessness. Some troops embody the dark, and will fight like ruthless killers, doing the Eldar's dirty work and making people shit themselves. Finally, some troops embody the twilight, which is, you know, the in-between. Each troop having a theme allows them to fight with extreme synergy. Fighting a troop of Harlequins is like fighting a methed up bodybuilder wielding two double-ended dildos. You're just gonna get fucked. What the hell, dude? Now, whilst the Harlequins aren't craft worlders, they do kinda have their own special craft world, the Black Library. The Black Library is a hidden craft world that travels the webway and stores pretty much all of knowledge of chaos in it. It's incredibly difficult to enter unless you're invited in, and even if you do get in, it won't be long before you're sent packing. Ahriman learnt this the hard way, but I guess Ahriman learns everything the hard way considering how many times he's fucked up at this point. Just like Space Marine chapters, Wars, Cabals, and Necron dynasties, the Harlequins have their own sub-factions called masks, each with their own style and colour schemes. However, as Harlequins all wear masks and just kinda do the same shit to different people, there isn't a whole lot that separates each mask. Only so much diversity you can give to murder clowns, you know? In saying that, if this video does well, I'll do another one explaining every single Harlequin mask for ya. Before we get into what Harlequins and their meme god are currently up to, let's take a look at all the different Harlequin types. Firstly, we have the players, who are the rank and file Harlequin, although it pains me to refer to them as that, considering that even the most basic of Harlequins are still absolute beasts. Despite being a lower level Harlequin, they're equipped with awesome gear, such as dual weapons and a holographic field which makes them incredibly hard to see clearly. Then we have the troop masters, who are the officers or commanders of a Harlequin troop. As such, they are more or less just incredibly powerful players and have similar or better equipment. After a troop of Harlequins has absolutely wrecked some scrubs, it's the responsibility of the troop master to leave behind the calling card, because of course it is. Now we have the Shadow Seers, who are the Harlequin Psychers. Unlike most Psychers, Shadow Seers don't put their war powers towards lightning bolts or making your balls erupt. Instead, they focus on spreading fear and confusion, making enemies feel tired, or straight up making them kill themselves. You know, all the funny ways to use your war powers.
Debuffers.
The Shadow Seers often narrate the Harlequin performances, and will generally be the ones to act as envoys between the different Eldar factions. Now onto the Death Jesters, who are more or less just Margan Ra wannabes. They look like a clownier version of the big man and wield big ass guns that they use to devastating effect. Their cannons are called Shrieker cannons, which if they hit you, you quickly swell up and explode, showering your brothers in arms with your biomass. They're incredibly sadistic, but also quite funny, at least to the Dark Elder who love hanging out with them. Examples of their humour include knocking out enemies and then dressing the enemies up with the remains of their comrades, or just rearranging enemy corpses into sex positions. I'm not even joking.
That sounds like a Deadpool thing,
who are more or less just
it.
colourful jet bikes with a couple more features, such as an extra seat and some spicy weaponry. After that we have the Star Weavers, which are once again just a variant of an Eldar craft. This can be used as a troop transport or just to pew some people from. Then we have the Void Weavers, who are similar to the Star Weavers, except they are less about carrying troops and more about blowing people up, and boy oh boy do people get blown. Finally, the Solitaires.
Really, dude?
We've already talked a bit about them, but I'll give you some more fun facts. Solitaires travel the galaxy alone. When they team up with a Harlequin troop, it's only for a short while to accomplish a goal before they set off again. Solitaires are also immune to psychers and warp powers, as well as any technology which seeks to compromise their minds. Psychers are incredibly uncomfortable around Solitaires, as Solitaires never show any emotion. However, they still love memes. There is a bit of Solitaire lore which I love, where a squad of Chaos Marines are attacking a world and then they detect a presence. Within seconds, the entire squad has been murdered by a single Solitaire. As the leader of the squad is dying and shocked at what has just happened, he sees the Solitaire bow after giving one hell of a performance. On the rare occasion that Seer disguises himself as an elder and travels the physical galaxy, he almost always takes the form of a Solitaire. So there's your fun facts about each Harlequin type. Now onto what the Harlequins are up to. In recent times, many Eldar are feeling the call of the Laughing God, hence the Harlequins are rapidly growing. There is a special book in the Black Library created by the Laughing God, which has been sealed shut for thousands of years. However, it is finally opened and revealed one final performance, one final chance to beat Slaanesh. Somehow, Seer plans to use Slaanesh's desire to consume the Eldar against her, resulting in her doom and the return of the Eldar to power. If only GW released viable Eldar models, maybe this prophecy could go somewhere. And that does us for today, guys, the lore and story of the Harlequins. If you enjoyed this video and you want to support the channel...
Warhammer is just like stagnated into nothing. So, okay, just I stopped that because he's advertising his questionable Patreon. Let's just say it's not kid friendly. Anyway, so yeah, that was the Harlequins explained. Okay, so that actually did give me some interesting insight on the Laughing God, the one that in text-to-speech Magnus engaged in a comedy competition. So so that was actually interesting, though of course they are still creepy looking because they're clowns. Anyway, though, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and hope that pretty soon, Brother Alpha Beast, I hope he's okay. I hope something bad didn't happen to him. You know, I mean, because it's been months since he's put anything up on his channel, so I'm wondering if something's been going on with, the whole, sickness that shall not be named. Anyway, so, tune in every day for new content, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe to me, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.